Have you ever stayed inside your house and suddenly felt uncomfortable for no clear reason? Everything around you looked normal. The lights were on, the doors were locked. Nothing appeared dangerous, yet deep inside, something felt heavy. Something felt disturbed. Sometimes a home can silently carry an atmosphere that affects everyone living inside it. Not every problem begins with what we can see. Certain struggles slowly grow in the background. They enter quietly. They influence emotions. They weaken peace. They create confusion. And over time, they can change the entire feeling of a household. A home should feel safe. It should refresh your spirit after a hard day. It should be filled with love, calmness, unity, and emotional warmth. But when darkness settles into an environment, even the strongest people can begin feeling exhausted without understanding why. Today, we are going to uncover 7 warning signs your house may need spiritual cleansing. And before we begin, remember this. Fear is not the goal of this message. Awareness is, because once light enters a dark place, darkness can no longer remain hidden. Let's begin. Number 1, constant arguments over small things. Every family has disagreements. That is normal, but when tiny issues suddenly explode into serious conflict again and again, something deeper may be happening. Simple conversations turn into shouting. Patience disappears quickly. People become easily offended. Anger fills the rooms like smoke. And nobody understands why tension never leaves. One moment, everything seems fine. The next moment, everyone feels irritated. A spiritually unhealthy atmosphere often feeds division. It pushes people apart emotionally. It destroys communication. It weakens trust. And slowly, love becomes harder to express. Pay attention to repeated conflict that never truly heals. Because peace should not constantly feel impossible inside your own home. Number 2, feeling emotionally drained all the time. Have you noticed how some places instantly make you feel lighter, and other places leave you feeling tired the moment you walk inside? A troubled spiritual atmosphere can affect emotional energy. People may sleep for hours and still wake up exhausted. Motivation disappears. Joy becomes rare. Even simple tasks begin feeling overwhelming. Sometimes family members lose excitement for life without understanding the reason. The house itself starts feeling emotionally heavy, like an invisible pressure sitting on everyone's shoulders. This kind of exhaustion is different from physical tiredness. It feels deeper. It affects the heart and mind. And if ignored long enough, it can slowly influence relationships, confidence, and spiritual focus. Number 3, an unusual feeling of fear during the night. Nighttime should bring rest. But in some homes, darkness brings anxiety instead. People become uncomfortable after sunset. Children may suddenly fear certain rooms. Strange uneasiness fills the atmosphere late at night. Some wake up feeling afraid for no reason. Others avoid being alone in parts of the house. Fear without explanation should never be ignored, especially when it becomes frequent. A healthy environment brings calmness, but a spiritually troubled atmosphere often creates panic, unease, and emotional instability. The mind becomes restless. The body stays tense, and peace becomes difficult to hold on to. Never underestimate the importance of spiritual peace within your living space, because fear grows quickly wherever peace is absent. Number 4, negative moods spreading from one person to everyone else. Have you ever noticed how one person's negativity can suddenly affect the entire house? The atmosphere changes fast, smiles disappear, everyone becomes distant. Coldness replaces warmth. In spiritually unhealthy environments, emotional darkness spreads easily. Discouragement becomes contagious, hope fades. People stop uplifting one another. Family members spend more time isolated. Conversations become empty. The emotional connection inside the household weakens. Over time, the home stops feeling alive. It simply becomes a building where people exist together without real unity. That is never how a home is supposed to feel. A healthy household strengthens people emotionally. It restores hearts. It creates comfort. But when spiritual heaviness enters, emotional distance often follows behind it. Number 5. A constant atmosphere of confusion and chaos. One of the biggest warning signs is disorder that never seems to end. Important things constantly go wrong. Misunderstandings happen repeatedly. Plans collapse unexpectedly. People forget things often. Stress increases daily. No matter how hard everyone tries, the home never feels settled. Chaos becomes normal, and eventually people stop expecting peace altogether. A spiritually unhealthy atmosphere thrives in confusion, because confusion weakens focus, it damages communication, and it steals emotional balance. You may notice people making reckless decisions. You may notice increased frustration. You may notice a strange inability to think clearly inside the house. When confusion becomes constant, it is important to pause and examine the spiritual atmosphere surrounding your environment. Number 6, you no longer feel emotionally connected inside your own home. This sign is painful because it happens slowly. At first, people simply become busy. Then communication decreases. Then emotional distance grows. Eventually, the house no longer feels comforting. People spend more time avoiding each other. Family members feel lonely even while sitting in the same room. The emotional warmth disappears, and silence begins replacing meaningful connection. A spiritually troubled atmosphere often attacks relationships first, because divided people become emotionally weaker. The enemy of peace wants households disconnected. He wants love replaced with coldness. He wants people living beside each other without truly caring for one another. That is why protecting the emotional and spiritual health of your home matters deeply. Because homes are not built only with walls. They are built with connection, with trust, with encouragement, with compassion, and once those things begin disappearing, the entire atmosphere changes. Number 7, you feel spiritually distant and empty inside the house. This final sign is one of the most serious. Some people notice they feel peaceful outside the home, but the moment they return, heaviness returns too. Prayer becomes difficult. The mind feels distracted. Hope weakens. Faith feels dry. Even moments of worship feel emotionally blocked. The environment itself begins pulling your spirit downward. And over time, people stop seeking spiritual strength altogether. This is dangerous because spiritual emptiness creates vulnerability. When people lose inner peace, fear enters easier. Negativity enters easier. Hopelessness enters easier. That is why spiritual cleansing matters, not because of superstition, but because the atmosphere surrounding our lives influences our thoughts, emotions, and spiritual condition. Now here is the important question. What should you do if these signs exist inside your home? First, do not panic. Fear only increases darkness. Instead, begin restoring peace intentionally. Fill your home with prayer. Fill your environment with positive words. Remove anything that constantly feeds negativity, anger, or spiritual discomfort. Spend time encouraging one another again. Speak life into your household. Create moments of gratitude. Create moments of unity. Open the doors to peace instead of constant stress. Remember this: darkness grows where light is absent, but the smallest light can transform an entire room. Your home does not have to remain emotionally heavy. Your household does not have to remain divided. Peace can return, joy can return, emotional healing can return, but someone must make the decision to protect the atmosphere of the home. And that decision can begin today. Never underestimate the spiritual power of a peaceful environment, because a peaceful home strengthens the mind. It strengthens relationships. It strengthens emotional health. And it gives people the strength to face the battles waiting outside those walls. If your house has been carrying heaviness for too long, let today become a turning point. Not a moment of fear, but a moment of restoration. Because every family deserves a home filled with peace, love, strength, and spiritual calmness. And no darkness can remain where light is consistently welcomed.